Hello everybody, it's me, Mario Brian, and today I'm going to be reacting to the two analyses for Joker, then Giorno, and then later in the video I'll be reacting to the death battle between them. However, I don't have a lot of time, so I might not be able to react to them all at once. So I will record my reaction later to the main battle. I'm definitely going to react to the main analyses that came the 2 weeks beforehand, and I'm definitely excited for Bowser and Eggman coming up starting next week, I think. Either that or the 4th episode. I think that's explained in the main video episode. At any rate, let's go for our death battle analysis so far.
Ren Amamiya wasn't prepared for this to happen. When he witnessed an innocent...
Wait a second.
Ren Amamiya...
Oh! P5 Persona 5. Interesting.
wasn't prepared for this to happen. When he witnessed an innocent woman being harassed and stepped in, he had no idea her assailant was one of Japan's most prominent politicians.
Poor Ren was forced to leave town, lose friends, and transfer to Shujin Academy. There's definitely more fun ways to ruin your life.
But his run-ins with corrupt authority figures was only just beginning.
One might call it a theme. And it wouldn't just be dealing with your garden variety scumbag gym teachers. Ren and his new friends found themselves in a whole new world. The Metaverse! Oh, that's scary. Yeah, that one.
Derived from the works of Carl Jung, this collective unconscious is like an alternate reality formed from the amalgamated thoughts and feelings of mankind. What humans believe, or even what they fear, directly shapes it.
And inside this crazy mental realm, those who have been corrupted by power and abused the weak have become evil superpowers, just like how they're viewed by many of their victims in the real world. Victims like Ren and his friends, Ryuji, An, Makoto, Pancakes, and the Animal.
They may have been helpless against crushing institutional might in the real world, but in the metaverse, they had a way to fight back. Personas!
As part of the summoner's inner self, personas can become incredibly powerful spirits.
By using their personas to battle their foes in the metaverse and steal their hearts, the source of their moral corruption, Ren and company could cause such foes to repent in the real world. So the friends formed a band called the Phantom Thieves, with Ren as their leader, codenamed Joker.
And Joker's first persona was the awesome Arsene.
With razor-sharp claws and the ability to curse enemies with dark energy, Arsene was an excellent persona to start with.
But Joker's a wild card. Literally, he can capture as many personas as he wants. He's gotta catch them all, cause they each have their own crazy powers. From shooting fire, ice, and lightning, to dishing out status effects, healing, and resistances, to lobbing actual nukes at the baddies.
So Joker can fight with manifestations of deities like Beelzebub, Odin, and Jesus Christ.
Wow, he looks way different than in the paintings I've seen.
No, that's not him.
Wiz, if you had a persona, which would you want?
Oh, I've always had a soft spot for Celtic mythology, so Kukulon, perhaps? You?
Machiskapoo!
Wow, I've never heard of that one.
He's the god of farts! What's a JRPG boss supposed to do when I cast constipation on them?
Infallible logic. Well, come back later when we cover Joker's opponent, Giorno Giovanna.
Were those ladybug buttons?
As far back as he could remember, Giorno Giovanna always wanted to be a gangster.
'Cause damn it feels good to be a gangster. Gone are the days of leaving horse heads in your enemy's bed or squeezing their head in a vice till they pop. Giorno wanted to be a different kind of gangster.
A more progressive, metrosexual kind of mob boss.
A gangstar!
A shy, withdrawn boy on the streets of Naples, Giorno's life changed the day he saved a wounded mobster. In return, he was rewarded with future protection from abuse and isolation. This act of reciprocal kindness convinced Giorno of the value of the mob as a social organization, if only it was commanded by the right person.
Someone like Giorno. All he had to do was take control of the Neapolitan Mafia, Passione, and their army of superpowered assassins. Ambitious? Maybe. But hey, he's the bastard son of the insane vampire douche lord himself. Dio Brando,
who conceived Giorno while possessing the body of his arch-enemy, Jonathan Joestar.
Yes.
This technically makes Giorno both a Brando and a JoJo.
hence the name JoJo. Get it?
Well, he didn't just inherit the name, but also the Joestar bloodline's power. Giorno possesses a stand, gold experience.
Stands are invisible, intangible, punchy ghosts that protect their user and come with incredible superpowers, like stopping time, making fiction into reality, or cooking Italian food. God damn, give me that one!
And Giorno's gold experience has perhaps the greatest potential of any stand in the series. With just a touch, it can imbue inanimate objects with golden life energy.
Letting him create any plant and animal life in an instant, and vice versa, such as turning a banana into a gun so that you accidentally blow your own brains out. Gorilla's worst nightmare.
Giorno is, frankly, a super genius when it comes to gold experience's abilities.
Like transforming bullets into flesh to heal the very wounds they made, or changing a brick into a snake that can detect body heat and find a hidden enemy, or turning his teeth into a special kind of jellyfish that filters out the toxins in the piss he was drinking. I thought I was the only one who did that.
Should the object Giorno gives life to be a part of a greater whole, like turning a tooth into a fly, it will attempt to return to its original source.
Not only that, any damage Giorno's creations receive will be reflected onto the opponent.
Giorno can even imbue living things with this same energy. This supercharges the target's consciousness, causing them to outpace their physical body, and leaving them totally helpless to counterattack.
It might seem like you got 10 times faster, but you're actually experiencing time at a way slower rate while your body is stuck in the same position. Imagine a Muda to the nuts felt for 20 straight seconds.
Ow.
Forget about it. And guess what, Wiz? When you stab your stand with a stand arrow, it gets upgraded, introducing 99 bottles Requiem. Muda. The original turned Whiz into beer, so this one can turn beers into Whiz. Can also divide by zero, collapse space-time, reality, logic, and every infinitely dimensional permutation therein into quantum unreality, a mathematically boundless cosmic abyss.
No, it'll destroy everything! Come back later for Joker vs. Giorno. I have to stop this whole thing before reality collapses.
Okay, so probably going to skip over that before doing the reaction. That was my bad. I just started it before recording this section and oof. Now to start. Let's go.
This battle is sponsored by Marvel Snap.
Fight! Joker versus Giorno.
The Phantom Thief of Hearts and JoJo's Golden Gangstar.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Ren Amamiya wasn't prepared for this to happen. When he witnessed an innocent woman being harassed and stepped in, he had no idea her assailant was one of Japan's most prominent politicians.
Poor Ren was forced to leave town, losing.
Real name Ren Amamiya. Aliases Akira Kurosu, Senpai, and Joker. Height 5'9" or 175 centimeters. Age 17. Occupation: coffee barista, floral assistant, student, and phantom thief. He likes older women, cats, and hamburgers. Dislikes corrupted adults, Chuck, and jail cells. Yeah, I don't really like Chuck either, so I can kind of relate. Spent 10 years in spin-off hell. What? Was that like one of those TV dimensions from the third game? And he's an excellent dancer. I mean, that kind of fits with his masquerade motif.
His friends and transfer to Shujin Academy. There's definitely more fun ways to ruin your life.
But his run-ins with corrupt authority figures was only just beginning.
One might call it a theme. And it wouldn't just be dealing with your garden variety scumbag gym teachers. Ren and his new friends found themselves in a whole new world. The Metaverse! Oh, less scary. Yeah, that one.
Derived from the works of Carl Jung, this collective unconscious is like an alternate reality formed from the amalgamated thoughts and feelings of mankind. What humans believe, or even what they fear, directly shapes it.
And inside this crazy...
These other selves that lurk within your heart take the form of gods and demons. I give you the power to call them forth.
What they fear directly shapes it.
And inside this crazy mental realm, those who have been corrupted by power and abuse the weak have become evil superpowers, just like how they're viewed by many of their victims in the real world. Victims like Ren and his friends, Ryuji, An, Makoto, Pancakes, and the Animal.
They may have been helpless against crushing institutional might in the real world, but in the metaverse, they had a way to fight back. Personas.
As part of the summoner's inner self, personas can become incredibly powerful spirits.
By using their personas to battle their foes in the metaverse and steal their hearts, the source of their moral corruption, Ren and company could cause such foes to repent in the real world. So the friends formed a band called the Phantom Thieves, with Ren as their leader, codenamed Joker.
And Joker's first persona was the awesome Arsene.
With razor-sharp claws and the ability to curse enemies with dark energy, Arsene was an excellent persona to start with.
But Joker's a wild card.
In the metaverse, he has the third eye, personas like Arsene, Jack Frost, Yoshitsune, Pixie, etc. His ultimate personas are Alice, Lucifer, Odin, Metatron, like the Transformer? Like, when I saw Alice, I was thinking Alice Through the Looking Glass or Alice in Wonderland. Satanael, as well as others. In the Velvet Room, he has a physical, gun, elemental, nuke, holy, and dark skills. Oh. Healing, ailment, buff, and debuff spells. Makes sense. Shield and barrier spells. Again, that makes sense. You want to be able to defend yourself and your friends. Almighty skills, bypasses any defense. Definitely helpful against a stubborn boss, I guess. Wild card. Social confidants, summoning multiple personas. Will of rebellion, unshaken will.
Literally, he can capture as many personas as he wants. He's gotta catch them all, because they each have their own crazy powers. From shooting fire, ice, and lightning, to dishing out status effects, healing, and resistances, to lobbing actual nukes at the baddies.
So Joker can fight with manifestations of deities like Beelzebub, Odin, and Jesus Christ.
Wow, he looks way different than in the paintings I've seen. Oh, hey, did you know that a persona is connected to their user's own stamina? So when a persona is shattered, even though it's not like dead, it does rattle the user pretty badly.
Well, without his personas, Joker...
Arsenal. Daggers, experimental drugs. Always a risk there. Grappling hook. Metaverse navigator. Oh, so like a compass. Model guns. Soma. I think I said it as the title of a game, but I'm not too sure what it means. Thieves' tools. Yeah, he is part of the Phantom Thieves. Omnipotent orb. Okay, that sounds useful.
Joker can still rely on his guns, grappling hooks, smoke bombs, etc.
Might not sound like much compared to summoning actual Satan, but in the metaverse, perception is reality. No, really, it actually works like that.
In the real world, Joker's gun is only a prop. However, with Joker's reputation in the metaverse, this prop becomes a god killer. As the Phantom Thieves' reputation increased, so did their power, simply because that's how they were perceived.
Kinda like how personas are empowered by the social links Joker possesses with his friends. Yes, in the world of Persona, hanging out with your buds makes you stronger. Anime! Game!
At their max, social links can bring a wildcard user back from the brink of death, instilling them with willpower greater than the rest of humanity combined. I guess meticulously gardening your friends like a sociopath has its benefits.
Hey Wiz, have a cold one on me.
Thanks.
Okay.
Looks like our relationship meter's maxed out.
Oh, yeah. Well, guess there's no point to us hanging out anymore. Later, loser, I'm gonna go do untested pharmaceuticals and date my teacher.
Oh. Wait, date your what? Over the course of his adventures leading the Phantom Thieves, Joker's bonds made him as powerful as the gods he commands. He can dodge Lucifer's Morning Star, which summons an energy beam that travels several light years in seconds. Millions of Morning Star, which summons an energy beam that travels several light years in seconds. Millions of times faster than light.
Or survive a cheeseburger that...
Okay, I'm going to go back a bit for that cheeseburger thing. His feats are first human in history to save Igor. I am missing a lot of context. Dodged lasers and star-crossing beams. A lot of characters can do that. Knocked around a piggy bank weighing over 62,000 tons. Wow. I feel like that's a small planet at the least. Tank the nebula-sized Big Bang Burger? Oh my. Fought on equal ground with Yu Narukami, a mastermind for some of the events. He survived the Valentine's Day massacre. Oh my. That must have been brutal. Defeated Yalda, Bauth, Gilgamesh, Enil, Maruki, and Samuel. I recognize Samuel and Gilgamesh as names, but besides Samuel, I don't have any information regarding Gilgamesh.
that exploded big enough to eclipse a nebula.
Times faster than light.
Or survive a cheeseburger that exploded big enough to eclipse a nebula. Talk about having stomach problems. No wonder Joker can face off against opponents that can reshape all of reality.
Like Maruki, who used the metaverse to rewrite all of reality to fit his desires.
Or Yaldabaoth, who merged the real world and metaverse together.
It was in this battle with Yaldabaoth
Satanael initially manifested from the will of the masses siding with the Phantom Thieves, but Joker could later access this power on his own. Oh.
that Joker upgraded Arsene to create Satanael, the biblical angel of vengeance.
With a big-ass gun, perceive this reality, bitch!
Its primary attack, Sinful
Shin Megami Tensei, if canonically, takes place in the same universe as Persona, which is a spin-off timeline. What? What's the if? Oh wait, is that a part of the original game's title? Ugh. Therefore, attributes of almighty spells in Shin Megami Tensei apply. Oh, whoa.
Shell is imbued with what is known as almighty energy, which can bypass
the light of pale divinity. Those who are enveloped by this light, which governs destruction, are left with no choice but to follow the fate of annihilation beyond death. That just sounds like Oblivion. Oh my.
any defense, even that from the omnipotent orb, which can explicitly rewrite reality.
Yes, very good. Big-ass gun whiz!
And with a shot heard around the world, Joker and his friends prove that you're never too young to change society for the better, no matter how arduous the forces against you may be.
If the man is keeping you down, just call up the Phantom Thieves to put them in their place. They'll never see it coming.
Yeah, a lot of their points.
As far back as he could remember, Giorno Giovanna always wanted to be a gangster.
'Cause damn it feels good to be a gangster. Gone are the days of leaving horse heads in your enemy's bed or squeezing their head in a vice till they pop. Giorno wanted to be a different kind of gangster.
A more progressive, metrosexual kind of mob boss.
A gangstar.
A shy, withdrawn boy on the...
Waking up in the middle of the night and realizing this man wasn't home. For a child of 1 to 2, imagine the despair and horror he would feel. Since it was useless to cry, alone in the dark, Giorno could only...
The streets of Naples, Giorno's life changed the day he saved a wounded mobster. In return, he was rewarded with future protection from abuse and isolation. This act of reciprocal kindness convinced Giorno of the value of the mob as a social organization, if only it was commanded by the right person.
Someone like Giorno. All he had to do was take an...
Birth name, Haruno Shiobana. Height 5'8" or 173 centimeters. So Joker's a little taller. And he's 15 years old. Boss of Passion. Likes Octopus Salad, Gangsters, Epic Piano. Yeah, you can make some impressive musical pieces with just a piano. Dislikes drugs, corruption, and pointless things. Probably consider enemies like the one he's in pointless, as well as video games that would feature plots like the ones in his universe. He's the biological son of Dio Brando and Jonathan Joestar. Yeah, you do not want to know, so don't ask. Can fold his ear into his head. Oh yeah, that is a neat trick. I think I've seen it in a Right Place Will Your Notebook, but it's been a while, so I'm not sure which one.
Control of the Neapolitan Mafia, Passione, and their army of superpowered assassins. Ambitious? Maybe. But hey, he's the bastard son of the insane vampire douche lord himself, Dio Brando,
who conceived Giorno while possessing the body of his arch-enemy, Jonathan Joestar. This technically makes Giorno both a Brando and a JoJo.
Hence the name, JoJo. Get it?
Well, he didn't just inherit the name, but also the Joestar bloodline's power. Giorno possesses a stand, gold experience.
Stands are invisible, intangible, punchy ghosts that protect their user and come with incredible superpowers, like stopping time, making fiction into reality, or cooking Italian food. God damn, give me that one!
And Giorno's gold experience has perhaps the...
Gold experience has damage reflection, healing by replacing missing body parts, and can create vaccines for deadly poisons. Has intangibility, as well as life creation, creating any plant or animal life. Life shot overloads the target's senses.
Greatest potential of any stand in the series. With just a touch, it can imbue inanimate objects with golden life energy,
turning them into any plant or animal in an instant and back again. Giorno uses this with maximum creativity, like disguising a gun as a banana so you accidentally blow your own brains out. A gorilla's worst nightmare.
Giorno is, frankly, a super genius when it comes to gold experience's abilities.
Like transforming bullets into flesh to heal the very wounds they made, or changing a brick into a snake that can detect body heat and find a hidden enemy, or turning his teeth into a special kind of jellyfish that filters out the toxins in the piss he was drinking. I thought I was the only one who did that.
Should the object Giorno gives life to be a part of a greater whole, like turning a tooth into a fly, it will attempt to return to its original source.
Not only that, any damage Giorno's creations receive will be reflected onto the opponent.
Giorno can even imbue living things with this same energy. This supercharges the target's consciousness, causing them to outpace their physical body, and leaving them totally helpless to counterattack.
It might seem like you got 10 times faster, but you're actually experiencing time at a way slower rate while your body is stuck in the same position. Imagine a Muda to the nuts felt for 20 straight seconds. Forget about it.
Especially when you're hitting as hard as Gold Experience. According to the JoJo Veller art book written by the mangaka himself, Gold Experience has a speed rating of A, putting him in the same league as stands like Star Platinum and Silver Chariot, which are faster than light.
And although his strength stat is only a C, he can still shatter cars like glass and keep up with A strength stands like Sticky Fingers. Perfect for a merciless stand rush that lasts 7 pages long. Daddy Dio must be so proud.
With Gold Experience at his side, Giorno joined Passione and rose to challenge its reclusive leader, Diavolo.
Wait. Diavolo? You're telling me that Giorno, the son of God, battles the devil, just like Jesus, whose full biblical name is Yeshua, or Joshua, Ben Joseph, Joshua Joseph JoJo.
We're moving on. Diavolo's goal was to get his hands on a stand arrow. And when a stand is pierced by a stand arrow, it evolves.
So, Joe got it first and transformed Gold Experience into the most broken thing in anime. Gold Experience Requiem!
Requiem stands change the rules.
Oh, has flight, enhanced life beams, reduces any action or effect to 0. Kind of like Pokemon Protect, the Pokemon move Protect, which nullifies all damage. Requiem can also nullify willpower, act independent of time, act independent of Giorno's command, and can strike targets into an infinite loop. Oh man. Better hope that you're feeling pleasant in that loop when it starts. Ugh.
rules entirely. It's almost like they elevate your stand beyond the need for combat. Gold Experience Requiem can, in short, negate any action taken against it and return it to a state of 0, shifting reality back to square one.
Let's say I woke up this.
The Requiem upgrade appears permanent. Giorno retains it in multiple later spin-offs and also kept the stand arrow used to access it. Oh my goodness, that... If he's planning to stab his stand multiple times, that seems like a very bad idea.
This morning, got myself a gun and fired it at Giorno. With Gold Experience Requiem, no matter how accurate I am, the shot will always miss because I never fired my gun.
That is return to 0, and also a horrific example of gun safety. This applies to any attack made against Requiem, including from Diavolo's stand King Crimson, which can infamously skip time, erasing the universe for 10 seconds. And Requiem negated that.
It undid time being erased, while time was already erased, which meant there was no time to unerase the erased time, and
That's right, Boomstick. Requiem's ability acts independently of time itself. Sound crazy? Well, Requiem can counter the stand made in heaven, which can accelerate time across the whole universe into infinity. So that kind of range of Requiem's ability is actually consistent.
It also reduces your willpower to 0, so you can't even fight back.
Even your death can be returned to 0. After pummeling Diavolo into pulp, Requiem prevented him from dying, forcing him to relive the experience of being killed.
Not a prerequisite to being put into this reality loop. According to its stand profile, merely being struck by Requiem would induce it. Oh my, that is... Ugh. I hope I never have to experience that.
Over and over in a series of never-ending alternate universes for eternity.
Just when you thought you were out, Requiem pulls you back in. The second you hear that piano start...
Fiats are becoming the boss of Passion for Giorno, stopped a helicopter with life creation, survived having parts of his face removed. He's on par with faster-than-light stands, negated a universe-spanning time deletion, and defeated Black Sabbath, Babyface, White Album, Cioccolata, and Diavolo.
Playing Run!
And so, Giorno took control of Passione and turned it into the peacekeeping social organization he always dreamed about.
With its streets free of drugs, Italy's youth could rest easy. Their hopes and dreams could be carried into the future on a golden wind. Vento Areo! Whiz! You get...
Yeah, earlier in the video I said that I would watch this beforehand, but I think I'm going to have to skip it for now because I thought it would be at the start of the video. That was my bad. And, okay. Now, on to the death battle. Let's go.
Alright, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Gold Experience!
Go, are set! Giorno Giovanna, your heart is twisted.
It is ours to take. Choky Fantasma. My dreams aren't yours to take.
Persona!
He'll never see it coming. Checkmate.
Alice!
Impossible. A second stand. You never took the time to understand my gold experience. All objects given life by gold experience desire to return home.
Maybe you didn't hear me before. Checkmate.
Standard treasure 91,385 yen? Yeah, sandstone exists within the Shin Megami / Persona universe, so definitely wouldn't give any EXP.
Giorno never had the makings of a varsity death battle winner.
This was an absolutely fascinating matchup and far from an easy call.
Joker versus Base Gold Experience wasn't close though.
Sure, Giorno's powers threw Joker for a loop, but Joker and his personas were millions of times faster and could take on universe busters.
And there was no doubt Joker could see Giorno.
Shadows and demons share many attributes with stands. Many are invisible to those without spiritual awareness or invulnerable to conventional attack. Joker's third eye can also detect entities like stands. I never really considered that.
Stand, considering he could spot similar beings like shadows.
Add in the versatility of Joker's hundreds of personas, and Giorno could get quickly overwhelmed.
But that's where Requiem came in, and the game changed.
With its ability to nullify any action taken against it, even ones that can affect entire universes, Joker's regular arsenal was rendered moot.
Remember, Requiem could act independently of time, so Joker wouldn't be able to avoid Requiem's ability. He'd have to beat it outright.
Take when the Phantom Thieves faced Maru.
Almighty Magic has consistently overcome reality warping from entities far more powerful than Gold Experience Requiem, such as Lucifer in the Devil Summoner series. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. But man, it sounds pretty powerful.
The group couldn't resist the reality warping effects of his powers. He even had an ability that nullified actions against him, similar to Gold Experience Requiem.
But Joker still had an ace up his sleeve. While Requiem can reduce your willpower,
The Velvet Room exists outside normal space-time and could act as a potential sanctuary from Gold Experience Requiem, similar to how it saved the Phantom Thieves from Yaldabaoth's reality warp.
to zero, Joker's social links were able to recharge him.
And finally, we have Joker's almighty attacks, which could bypass reality warping defenses like the Omnipotent Orb.
Fate is not unbeatable in JoJo. It has been altered by abilities like Soft and Wet to go beyond and made in heaven. Almighty Magic achieves a similar effect.
The perfect counter for Requiem.
And this is actually backed up in JoJo. While Requiem only has one appearance in the manga, it did show up in the game Eyes of Heaven.
There, it faced off against the world.
Eyes of Heaven was written by the author JoJo and occurs in the series' wider multiverse. This provides necessary context for Gold Experience Requiem's abilities and weaknesses, which are only touched upon in Part 5.
World over heaven, which can overwrite reality to overpower any attack, including Requiem's return to zero. That meant an almighty attack.
Joker had the advantage with was stronger and faster than Gold Experience, had Almighty Magic that bypassed GER, with more versatile options, and social confidence and wild card powers countered willpower negation. Oh yeah! While negating someone's willpower would certainly stop them, if they're being influenced by the willpower of other people, that would negate the willpower removal. Because you're being influenced by multiple willpowers. GER negates however, he was at a disadvantage with GER negating many of his abilities. While Giorno has GER, he was less experienced and could not defend against almighty skills.
That can bypass reality warping would have the same effect, giving Joker the option he needed to land a killing blow against Requiem's perfect defense.
Dio is such a dick, he literally ruined his own son's death battle.
Giorno was brilliant, but Joker had the versatility, experience, and almighty power for the final blow.
Giorno missed his golden opportunity and had a shell of a time. Hey, Wiz, hear what I said? I said Giorno missed his golden opportunity and he had a shell of a time.
The winner is Joker.
Next time on Death Battle.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Oh, also, if the person who gifted me membership to Death Battle is watching, thank you very much. I was not expecting it. I'm not even sure when it happened. But I thank you all the same. I really appreciate it, and it'll allow me to see some stuff that I wasn't able to before. So I definitely appreciate it. But for now, that's everything that I wanted to do within this video. I hope you all have a good day or evening. See you later.